The award for lifetime legal achievement has deep roots for Consumer Watchdog. First, because the organization was forged in a battle over legal rights that began 30 years ago when insurance companies tried to blame lawyers and juries and lawsuits for skyrocketing insurance rates. Second, as a nonprofit that represents consumers in the courts, we have always considered ourselves responsible not just to our plaintiffs, but to consumers as a whole, whether it's taking on Blue Shield, Mercury Insurance, or Hyundai. Mostly we win. Sometimes we lose. But we never stop fighting for what's right, despite the risk and the cost, inside and outside the courtroom. That's part of our DNA. This year's recipient of the Lifetime Legal Achievement Award carries the same genes and chromosomes. Of course, he's accumulated all the accolades that a top and distinguished trial lawyer could hope to achieve. He's on everyone's list of the best attorneys. Over the course of 100 jury verdicts, he's won major verdicts on behalf of those killed or injured through medical and corporate negligence. And he's led or been a member of some of the most prestigious organizations of trial advocates in the nation. But as impressive as his courtroom credentials are, that's not why we're here tonight to honor Bruce Brusavich. Tonight, we celebrate a man who has seized and carried the sword of justice far beyond the courtroom. In case after case, Bruce has gone beyond making sure his clients are fully compensated to demand changes in the practices of the corporations and individuals he's sued. And when that isn't enough, he's gone to Sacramento to get the law changed. But he's not stopped there. For decades, he's been a tireless defender of the average person's access to justice. So when California's fiscal crisis threatened to hobble the court system, Bruce took up the challenge and found ways to lower expenses and keep the lights on. And when greedy corporations think that they can bend the law to their profit-driven purposes by slamming shut the courtroom doors on consumers, Bruce is always the first to stand up. His philosophy, as far as I can tell, is encapsulated in a phrase I have heard him utter many times since I met him 30 years ago. I'm going to try and channel Bruce. We got to fight this. We got to fight this. In the 1980s, we got to fight this. Better. In the 1980s, it was Prop 51 in the insurance industry's Propositions 101, 104, 106. In the 1990s, it was the unholy trinity of Propositions 200, 201, and 202, sponsored by some Silicon Valley geniuses who thought they could recode the civil justice system in their favor. In 2007, it was the pollution lobby, led by Chevron and the Chamber of Commerce, seeking to dismantle the class action system. There were moments of enormous risk in each of these battles, moments when the potential consequences of taking action were profound and the result unknown. But Bruce always recognized that the consequences of inaction would be far worse. We got to do this. I can hear him say it with his combination of grim determination and that kind of startling brevity, like when he hangs up the phone without saying goodbye. We got to do this. Click, click. Bruce? You know what I'm talking about. Bruce? We got to do this. And so it went last year when the opportunity arose to challenge the law that caps compensation to victims of medical malpractice that's been in effect for 40 years, sponsored by the insurance industry. We got to do this. Bruce worked tirelessly on Prop 46, and when the insurance industry's $100 million campaign did its dirty work on Election Day, Bruce was undaunted, rightly pointing out that after 4 decades of silence, the process of educating the public on the horrors of the caps law had just begun. For those of you who don't know Bruce as well as we at Consumer Watchdog do, here's a video peek into the career of a remarkable and effective lawyer.